Hello loves, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. For today's video, I am super excited to be sharing this really cute 3D unicorn nail art that I have created. I am super excited to announce that this is our 50th video that we upload onto my YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. And for those that have been here since the beginning, you guys have a special place in my heart. That being said, I'm going to be doing a giveaway on today's video. The question for this giveaway is, how long have you been doing nails and what inspired you to do nails? Comment down below. The winner will be announced on my next video, so make sure you turn on your post notifications so you do not miss out, and don't forget to subscribe. That being said, let's get right into the video. Getting right into the video, I am using my Tammy peel and stick file and shaping my nail tip. I'm going to be doing a unicorn nail on my ring finger, so I wanted it to be stiletto. I want to make sure that both of the sides are straight and the point is directly in the middle. Therefore, I move from side to side to prevent overfiling on either side. I am using the Not Polished Universal Tips for this set. Highly recommend them. I am obsessed with them. Now I'm taking my sanding bands from Profiles Backstage and filing where the tip meets the natural nail bed, making sure that it is nice and blended, as it will help when applying the acrylic. Here I am taking Cherry Blossom from Not Polished, and I'm going to be doing a 3-color ombre. I am kind of eyeballing where I want the colors to be placed, simply dividing the nail into 3 sections in my brain and then placing the acrylics where I think it would look best. So the pink is going at the very tip, and of course I'm blending it out towards the center of the nail, making sure that it's not bulky where I'm going to be ombreing the 2nd color. Now I'm taking Juicy Berry from Not Polished as well. It is a really pretty purple color. And now I'm placing that in the middle section, overlaying and ombreing it down into the pink. As you can see, it is slightly coming together. And of course, getting towards the cuticle area, I'm going to be ombreing it up, making sure that I'm blending it out very thin for the blue transition. Here I am taking Azure, I'm not quite sure how you say it, from Not Polished, and I am placing it at the cuticle area and lightly dragging it down with very light pressure on my brush. I don't want to completely wipe away the product, I just want to blend it out. These colors are freaking amazing. I do really recommend them. As you guys know, Not Polished products are really easy to blend together. Once I'm content with that ombre, I'm moving on to my next finger, and I am going to be doing a glittery mylar filled nail. You guys know I am obsessed with these little flakes, so I am adding that as my base for my unicorn nail. I want it to be shiny underneath, and then I'm going to be adding details that are matte over top of the surface. Make sure to check for the products in the description box. I include every single thing that I use throughout my videos. Here I am taking Purple White from the Glow collection from Not Polished. It does glow purple and I really like that about it. I'm going to be placing that over top of the entire nail as I am going to be adding nail art over top and I just want a simple base. And per usual, I am using my Sculpt It Like It's Hot in the number 6 from Profiles Backstage along with their acrylic monomer for this set. For the index nail, I am taking all 3 colors. So I'm taking the pink, the purple, and the blue, and I'm going to be placing them onto sections of the nail. So basically, I'm taking a small bead of acrylic in whatever color I choose, placing it onto the nail, blending it out, making sure it's nice and even, and then applying a different color next to it. For example, here I'm applying the blue, filling in that space. And then I'm going to continue to do that throughout the nail. It's more of just like a spotted look. I'm not even sure if this has a name to it, but I do really like it and I felt like it would look really good with the unicorn theme that we are trying to create. Now for our thumb, I'm doing the same ombre that I did on my pinky. So I'm taking pink, purple, and blue and ombreing that to create a triple ombre. And I'm not trying to be super perfectionist about this specific nail. The only reason why I'm not really worried about the blend not being perfect is because I am adding those metallic flakes onto the surface of the nail. So I am only using this as my base. You can notice that whenever you apply glitter or anything really shiny on top of the surface of the nail, it kind of attracts your eyes to that glitter and you can't really notice the fact that it's not blended very well. So really all that I'm doing is just applying a thin layer of all of those colors on there and then layering on the metallic flakes over top. So because this nail is still wet, all I'm doing is lightly dipping my brush into my monomer and then spreading out the metallic flakes. This is going to adhere perfectly, so I don't really need to add acrylic as a base. Here I am using the Not Polished Clear Acrylic and I'm going to be encapsulating these nails. You guys know that I encapsulate most of my work as I want to protect our design that we just created, and when I go into file, I will not compromise any of the design. Now for filing, I am taking my bit from Not Polished. This is their fine carbide bit. This is the perfect bit to finish filing the surface of the nail, as it is very gentle, and if you are not applying too much pressure, it will be perfect. It comes in the drill bit combo number 2 on their website. Now I'm taking my peel and stick file from Tammy and filing the sides of the nails, making sure that the shape is nice and perfect. Now I'm using my Profiles Backstage buffer and just buffing the surface of the nail, making sure everything is nice and smooth, as we are going to be adding nail art and we want it to be perfectly smooth for that application. Now I'm going to be starting off with my ring finger. I am taking Gloss It from Not Polish and applying that onto the surface. I am going to be doing matte nail art on top, so I want to make sure I have this base ready to go. Obviously pop that in the light. Once you are out and done curing, I am taking my Not Polished Timeless Art Gel Paint in purple, and I'm going to be drawing lines to mimic the kind of unicorn swirly design, and I'm randomly spacing these out, making sure I have enough space in between for my other colors. I am using my nail art brush from Amazon, so make sure you check out my Amazon storefront for amazing products that I highly recommend off of that site. And as you guys know, I normally cure my colors in between. So for example, I'm going to be using blue and pink as well. I would normally cure right after I'm done using purple and then do that with the other colors as well. But for this specific nail design, I am not curing it. I want all of my colors to still be wet before I do my next step. So please note that I am not placing this into the light at all until my next step. So I am going to be doing the same line design with pink and blue. Once I'm done using all of my colors, as it is still wet and nothing is cured, I'm going to be dusting on some clear acrylic. This is going to help mattify that nail art, and it's going to add a little bit of texture to it. Pop that in the light and boom, you have a really pretty unicorn nail. Now for our middle finger, I am going to be doing the tiniest little flower. So as you can see, I'm using my 3D nail art brush. You can find this on my Amazon storefront. And I'm taking the tiniest amount of acrylic, placing that and forming just tiny little petals into the shape of a flower. I'm going to be alternating the colors. So as you can see, I'm trying to create kind of a pattern as I use every single color. So I did this design a long time ago, probably like 2 to 3 years ago when I first started doing nails, and I will insert a picture of that nail art here. And I wanted to change it up, spice it up, recreate that nail, but make it different. So that's what I'm doing here. I normally would take blue, create a flower of that, and then pink and create a flower, and then purple, and then do another flower with that color. But like I said, I'm trying to change it up, so this is what I came up with. And I do have some very detailed tutorials on my channel already. If you guys are interested in checking those out for this 3D flower, I go really in depth with that. Here I'm just forming tiny little leaves. I'm doing one on one side and then one on the other side. Now using my Young Nails brush on glue, I am going around and placing some onto the nail. I'm only going to be placing 3 little crystals on each side and then some in the center. So I'm just using my wax pencil and using that to apply my crystals on there very, very gently. And I'm trying to kind of form that like crown little curved design, if that makes sense. I'm placing 2 tiny ones and then 1 bigger one in the center, kind of to create a triangle pointed down. Now I'm taking my 3D nail art brush once again and taking some white acrylic. It's the same one that I used as the base, and I'm going to be forming 2 tiny little ears. I know I keep saying tiny, but I think it's so funny how small everything is. So I'm just placing that, and it's almost mimicking the shape of a leaf. So I am making the base kind of point into the crystals as if it were to be coming out of the crystals, and then pointing it towards the top, towards the cuticle. And of course I'm going to be doing one on the other side as well. Now I ended up slightly doing the left ear a little bigger than the one on the right side. So you're going to be able to see here how I realized that they were not the same size, and then I ended up just taking it off because I work really fast and it still wasn't set into place. I was able to just pop that off. I just scraped at it a little bit and it came right off. So you'll be able to see me do that. If it were to be fully dry, this would not been able to happen. So once again, redo. I am taking a bigger bead and redoing that little ear, making sure that it is nice and even with the left one. Now taking my nail art brush, I am using the silver gel paint from Not Polish, and I am going to be drawing a horn on that little unicorn. And all I'm doing is kind of placing my brush where the flower is and dragging it up into a triangle shape. Of course, you want to cure that in the light. Make sure it stays into place for our next part. Once it is out of the light, I am going to be taking my black gel paint and drawing in 2 eyelids with sets of lashes. It is going to add just that extra little detail to our unicorn. I thought about adding a mouth to it, but because it would be slightly weird looking because the nail is so long, I decided to just leave it right here. So I'm just taking my nail art brush and adding in those little details. Please note that if you are using gel paint for your nail art designs, make sure you cure it before you go in and top coat. I am using Matte It from Not Polish, and I'm going to be top coating my nails. Of course, I'm skipping the ring finger as that one is already finished. For the middle finger, I'm gently going around all of the details. I am not going to be applying top coat onto the crystals or the 3D nail art. I'm also going to be later applying shiny top coat to the unicorn horn, so I'm making sure I'm just going around all of those tiny little details. I am placing this into the light for at least 60 seconds. Once that is finished, I'm taking my nail art brush with some shiny top coat. This is Gloss It from Not Polish, and I'm just applying that over the unicorn horn. And I'm going to be placing that back into the light. That basically concludes this video. Do not forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll catch you guys next time.